Hello, this is Vishal, and now we have in another tutorial that's called your SWRevealView Controller. So that is application in which we have a left drawer and we can select any one of the cell item and then go for that particular view controller. In that case, if the same scenario we are talking about that is on your Android, you go for that is your navigation drawer in Android, and here we have a left drawer, and on the left drawer we have to select something, and that means that something fragment and some activity be there, and we can go for that particular. The same thing we have to work on in the Swift. In the Swift we have a left view drawer, and here this you can see the table cells we have, and the table cells, that is your left side drawer, and then we click on that and we go for the right one, and this is your bar item by which we can uh, access this toggle. That means we have to open and close this view controller scenario. Okay, so now we have to go for SWRevealController and see. For this you have to search on the Google, that's called your GitHub, that's be your SWReveal your controller, and that's be your John Lutch SWRevealView controller, and you have to download it. Once you download it, you go for, as this is on my desktop projects, and this is the downloaded version. When you extract it, it is your SWRevealView controller, and when you go for that, here we have some pages in which they are showing how it works, and this is our main folder, that is the SWRevealView controller, in which we have two files, that's your header file and m file. So you can see this screen be here this is your view controller, and we can click here and we can expand this. The same thing be here, we have a lot of things in the table view, and when we click on the particular, you get access on that. And this also be a very good example of here. So I have to show to you how we create these things. So go for your Xcode project and create a new project, and single view application. On single view application, you make it as Vishal app SW reveal view. Okay, so that's me, and then we have to create this, and just simple steps we have to follow. So go for the main storyboard. On the main storyboard, at the first time I need nothing here. I just want to make a new view controller B, and now leave it at this time and come on your and go for your SWRevealView controller header and m files. So drag both the files on your project folder and see that finish, and it create a bridging header. So create a bridging header means you have to use your Objective-C files in your Swift file, so a Swift project. So for that, at this time we need to import these files, Objective-C files. So what to do, you use the import, and the same what you have copy, that is your SWReveal view controller.h. So check the spelling one more time be here. It's the same as SWRevealView controller. Yes, that is fine. That is within your header, SWRevealView controller. Okay. So now again we have on again in my storyboard, and on the storyboard you make a class for this. That's the class is SWRevealViewController, and make it as initial view controller, and just make it 50%, 75%, so we'll see it well. Fine. So this is your the base scenario, so how we can work with the SWRevealViewController. So as on this design you can see, it is, just a minute. Yeah, so on this design you can see that we have a left drawer. The left drawer B, that's the cells, UI table view cells. So what to do, you have to make a table view controller as a left drawer, and navigation controller. In navigation controller, that means you have to show any table view on your front view. That means your first view controller on the right side. Okay, so can it navigate the other controllers also? So make always be a navigation, otherwise it create an issue with that particular bar button icon that I will show to you. So now this is your navigation drawer, and this is your uh, front view, and this is your table view, that is called your rear view, that always be hide, and when you click on that it works. Now take a view controller for this navigation controller. Because of navigation controller is nothing with no any view controller, so make a root view controller to this controller. So that means you're the first front view with this view controller. Okay, so now uh, go for this yellow icon and make it as a real view controller set controller. So we have to set these two controllers. So rear reveal view controller set controllers. Okay, so the first B is your SW rear underscore rear, and this is your SW front. So we have to create two identifiers, one is rear, another is front. So easy. So what is the rear? Rear is your left drawer in which we click on particular cell and get access to that view controller. Just like here, uh, we have to go for this particular cell and drag it here and make as a reveal view controller push controller. So whenever we click on this cell, it always be show to me this view controller at an upfront level. Okay, that's easy. And at this time you give cell identifier name is your cell. Now fine. Yeah, and for this view controller, uh, make it as the file view controller. So can in this class file we have to work with the front view, and in a view controller you put just simple line that's called be your self dot view dot that is your add gesture recognizer, and that's be your self dot reveal view controller dot pen gesture recognizer. That means we can recognize that a gesture and then see how it works, and go for the main storyboard. And I want to open it in on my iPhone 5. Run this. Let's see at the base level it works, and what it showed to us. So I think this is on the base level. So you have to create SWRevealView controller, then you have to make the rear view, then we have to make the front view. Because of the here two identifiers, we SW rear and SW front, we use the same spelling as it in your header file. If you search it SW rear, so here it is a SW rear and SW front, so you have to copy the same identifiers be there. Okay, so this is your main storyboard. Yeah, so you can see this your left view and this is your right view, but it not be works perfectly as we want. So what to do for that? You make a bar button item be here. This is your bar button item, and I want to image for this item. So uh, this we have a PNG in our assets. You have to put it, and in this make it as in the 3 PNG, so you can see this bar button item be like this image. Okay, now yeah, this is your assistant editor, and on a view controller go for this because of I want to create an outlet for this bar button. So make it as bar button, and you have to set the target and action for this bar button. So this is your bar button dot target, and the target is always be yourself dot reveal view controller because of we are working with the target of this bar button. We have to access that reveal view controller. So and the bar button dot action be your that is your I think selector works like this selector and SW reveal view controller dot reveal toggle because of I want with the toggle, so it works be I mean when we click on the icon it works be go for the left side it hide it and then access it. So this is the toggling form of this action. So now if we go for the color, choose any shade. So can we discriminate if we make a new view controllers? So yeah, that's fine. And okay, so that's fine. Now let's see what is going on. Now everything should be based on that icon. We can click on that, we come on that particular view controller. So this is a single view. So after this I will create more views once it works. So you can click it. Yeah, that is your toggle button to open and close this. So this is your self gesture. Yeah. Okay, so now as we want the more view controller and I want the list be here, so we have to work with this table view. So for this table view, what to do, you just create a new file, and that's new file the cocoa touch class, and that cocoa touch class with your UI table view controller and make it as in the rear view uh, rear table view controller. That's be on your left side. So there will already be some methods and I want be the methods which we need it. So we need to return the number of rows in section, so I want this method. I don't want to be the row, and I want to be the cell view. So I have to put something on the cell, so that's be your decreasable cell with identifier, so in which we can put something. And here you have to create a table array, and that's table array be your, just if you want to work with any news and movies and books. So, and this table array you have to return as a number of row section dot count, so that means the count be your 3 here. And as an identifier, what to use, I want with the use, if you works with the UI table view already, so that be the need of the identifier on the particular cell. So what to do, I'm using the same identifier as an table array, and in which I have to put that index path dot row, so easy. And here cell dot text label dot text, I have to show the same thing, copy paste table array index path dot row, and I have to return that the cell. Okay, so go for the main storyboard, and the first one is your news cell, and you have to make 2 more cells, and the second is your, the first is news, second is your what is that, what we put it on, that is your reveal controller, yeah, movies. Second is a movie, and the third is a book. So we go for the main storyboard, and here second is your movies, and third be your books. So you can check it again, your news, your book, your movies, your books, that's fine. So it identify according to that table row. Now one is already be created, the 2 more we have to make. So take our navigation controller, is your navigation controller, and I want view controller be here. Set this view controller as a root view controller, one more navigation controller we need it, and for this we need one more view controller, and make this view controller be as a root view controller. So easy. Okay, so now these 3 be ready, but for the second cell we have to make as the push controller, and for the third cell we have to make this navigation as the push controller. Never be your view controller make it the push controller, otherwise it create an issue. So make always be the navigation controller to your push controller. Okay, now the same thing we have to work with this. You have to make a bar button item be here, and this is your image, and bar button item be here, this one is your image. Okay, so now we have to create 2 more files for these 2 view controllers. So first we have to change the color, so can discriminate the things. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now yeah, everything is fine. Now we have to create two more files for this. Number one, that is new file for the second view controller, and that's your UI view controller, and make it as a second view controller. Now make one more file, Cocoa Touch, that is your third view controller. Now I think it's very interesting to work with this SWRevealView controller, and is your main storyboard. Open your recent files, that's your second view controller. Okay, so first you have to make this file be the as a second view controller, and this view controller be as your third view controller. Okay, so everything is a fine. Now on the second view controller you drag, create an outlet and just simply make it a bar button, and for this third one you have to make a third file be and say bar button. So the rest of the things you have to copy. This is your gray shades, that means it save it haven't saved. So first we have to create of the copy, just your bar button and everything whatever we did on your second, and paste it and save it. Now it's be white, paste it and save it. So that means all the files be white, that means it, the rest project be completely saved. One more time, check the main storyboard, everything is fine. Yeah, so I think the complete scenario is this is your reveal view controller, and then your rear and the front view controller, and by which we can access all these trees as in a push controller, and push controller always be your navigation controller. So these things we have. So run this, if everything is fine it works well. Okay, one more thing, I think have we put it this as a UI table view controller? Rear table view controller we need it. Okay, now again run it, stop the task, because of without table view controller class it never works. Okay, now build succeeded, and on the left side we have to see our complete table view, news, movies and books. This is your books, this is your movies, this is your news. So I think it works well and perfectly fine. So if you want to be make with the icons and the other UI table view approaches you have to work, you go for my other video in which how we can make the images with the text in your UI table view. I already described the customization of this. So uh, I think you have to work with this SWRevealView controller and make it easy. Thank you so much watching this video. We will on another video next week. Thank you so much.